Boy, things have changed. And as we get back into the real world, remember what that was like? Maybe we should also check about saving money. Things have changed there too. And you save money to whether fund that trip that's certainly been delayed or fund your IRA account. By the way, that's not redundant. And, well, let's take a look. And again, when you're starting to look at ways to save money to, again, take that trip or fund your IRA account, it turns out a lot of the stuff that people think are important are inconsequential, and they overlook sometimes the big stuff. If you have a lawn and you have the neighbor kid or the gardener come over, maybe $20 a pop every other week, that's $500 a year. Well, I let mine go rustic. If you have cable service and you get rid of it or cut it back, you know, in major cities you get like 80 channels, half of which are actually watchable. You get a slew of movie channels. I know they're a bunch of oldies but goodies, but that's okay. And you get a lot of PBS stations. By the way, they're all in HD. And let's see, $40, that's every month, $480 a year. Gee, you know, I could drive a little bit further and save 40 cents on gas. Well, 15 gallons, $6 every week, $300 a year. You can save on that phone. If you have a landline, cut back to something called measured rate service. They don't promote it. You got to ask for it. Or get rid of the, you know, the ID and the call waiting. You can save maybe $24 a month, $200 and some $80 a year. You know, all credit cards aren't the same. American Express, not liked by the merchants because of the higher fee structure, not generally accepted. Bank of America charges for foreign exchange purchases. On the other hand, you have Capital One, which doesn't charge those foreign exchange rate fees, 4% back on restaurants, gas, lower amounts for grocery stores, 1.5% generally. Chase is in there, but it's quarterly, but sometimes it's worth a bother. On the other hand, Discover Card's not accepted outside the U.S. Just do your research. So with that in mind, we could, well, let's see, start doing some fast food if you so choose. And guess what? We're going to add in the fact that these fast food places, sometimes they have their own promotions. Here's one that pops way up on the list is Subway. Subway has their daily promotions, a sweet onion chicken teriyaki on Mondays, oven roasted chicken on Tuesdays, turkey on Wednesdays, an Italian sub, a fave of mine, on Thursdays. I corrected this for the West Coast. Tuna on Sundays, ham on Fridays, and meatball on Saturdays. Saves you about $1.50, 80 cents. So let's make that $1.80 for the Subway. That's including, say, the 4% back on the restaurant purchase. I do it, say, twice a week. My fave is the tuna and the Italian sub. There's $180 a year. Del Taco has Taco Tuesdays. And between the fact that they have old age discount and the fact that you save about $1 or $2 for the tacos on Tuesdays, and they have a $1 off coupon if you do the survey, there's $3.20 once a week. There's $160 a year. Now, you have an ATM card. It should be a debit card. Never use those for purchases. $3 a charge. You get a rebate, say with a credit union or a brokerage firm, $3 a pop every week, let's say, $150 a year. Well, let's look at tipping, a peculiarly American phenomenon. And let's say you drop $10 a day and you decide to tip, say, 15 instead of 20%. Or you cheapskates out there, 10% instead of 15%, saving 5%, and that's 50 cents. Well, let's say we just do work days. There's $125 a year. You cut your own hair, $20 a pop every other month, $120 a year. You wash your own car, $20 again every other month, another $120 a year. Now, we looked at saving gas by driving farther. Let's talk about saving on the gas. You have, Vons and Safeway associated with Shell and Chevron. Here's a strategy with Shell. They have a special separate one where you get an extra 5 cents a gallon just by plugging in a phone number. How about strategy is you use that all each time except once a month when you cash in the grocery stores. So in any case, it all adds up. And, let's say that's about $2.40 per fill-up. 50 times a year, there's $120. Now you're going to say, Pollo Loco, yum, yum, muy delicioso. I go twice a week, let's say, and they got $1 off coupon. Or you get an old age discount, but you can't do both. Let's say you're traveling and maybe 30 times a year, go to a hotel, and maybe some of them are foreign, so you're using your Capital One card, which has no 3% foreign transaction fee, plus you get, let's say, 1.5% back on the discount using the card. That amounts to maybe $3 per, and it works out to about $90 a year. Those grocery store coupons, they mail them to you. You use the apps, etc. Maybe you save $5 each month. There's $60 a year. Now, these next two are policy matter. You don't play the lottery. I did a study that showed that if you don't play the lottery, that'll gain you an extra $100,000 across 40 years. And again, maybe let's say you don't give bums that extra dollar or the 2 cigarettes. In both cases, that's $1 per, let's say, each week, adds to a total for both of $100. Carl's Jr. used to have a survey where you'd either get a free fry or a drink. They kind of cut that back a little bit, so I won't include it anymore. Carl's Jr., you still get the old age discount and the restaurant savings. Recycling cans. Oh, wow, that's got to be important. Turns out, look how low on the list it is. Maybe 2 cans, 10 cents a day, every day, $36 a year. Good luck on finding a recycling center anymore. You go to Popeyes, Habit Burger, Jersey Mike's. Yeah, you save a little bit here and there. Old age discount at Popeyes, not at Habit Burger. Jersey Mike's neither. And guess what? They're kind of low on the list. Everybody talks about turning off the power strip and the night light. Look at that. Hardly even worth the effort. Dead last on the bottom of our list. Let's make this into a tasty pie chart. I'm hungry already. Look, half of the savings come from just 4 places. Cutting back on your lawn care, getting rid of or backing off on your cable service, the driving farther to get more gas. You never thought of that one being important. Cutting back on your phone service, and then you have the others, which amount to the remaining half, and it kind of gives you an idea of what's really important. Now, what are you going to do with these savings? Well, travel, buy stuff, give gifts, fund your IRA account, or save it. Now, that's not as trivial as it seems. Look, here. If you start at the age of 20 going to 60, or, if you like, 30 going to 70, 40 years as opposed to 10 years shorter, you will double the amount of money you have at the end. And if you can save maybe 2% by getting no-load, low-expense ratio mutual funds, that'll double it again. And $10 a day will likely amount to $1 million in 40 years. And that right there is enough to make you think a good idea to start making and saving money in a productive and efficient manner with DrCinvests.